Yes, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Veterans Minimum. I'm coming in high as shit right now. Well, the volume, not like, actually, I'm straight edge, you know what I'm saying? Josh in the building, hot Josh, he's ready for UFC.
What's up, peoples?
My guy. Yo, that's pretty fire, son, when I saw you walk in.
Yeah, first time wearing it. Gift from Ralph.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Birthday gift?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
just random gift.
Oh, random gift?
No,
Just like
birthday gift.
best friend gift?
Yeah.
We were going to get, I told you, me and Matt were going to get you the hoodie version of it, but like, is that custom or is that just?
No, it's just orange and,
Bro,
gold and black.
From like maybe last week of April until your birthday, just every other day on UFC store, just couldn't find them. Just not available. We're going to get you one with the quarter because they have the white one and the black one.
Yeah.
And those shits are trash. The gold shit, the champion one is.
Those are dope.
Those are dope as hell. And with with your last name coming down the middle, would look way fire.
Yeah, and I'm a champion, legend.
You are. You're a legend for sure. Dude, your place has become the official home of our friend group for UFC events.
Yeah, basically. We've been watching, especially during COVID and quarantine, we've been watching like every fight there. I even got the flag. That boss got me the old like UFC flag.
Yeah, it's such a vibe at your crib. What do you think of this card, man?
I think it's all right.
It was a lot better. Like a month and a half ago, it was stacked. And then a couple fights got changed, a couple fights got moved, and it kind of killed it a little bit. Boss brought up the idea of the prelims being more stacked than the main card.
I was actually going to say that, how I like the prelim, because Nico Price and Michel Pereira could be a good fight. Could be like fireworks, that fight, with the way Nico Price fights and how Pereira likes to dance around. And then Ryan Hall and Eric's boy Tupari.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Tuporia. Well, I like when we have those kind of conversations because obviously everyone knows about the main event. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
And even like the co-main and O'Malley's fighting too. You got a lot of your boys are fighting on this card. O'Malley's your guy.
No, I don't like O'Malley anymore.
Not
I liked
anymore.
him like in his debut. He was cool when he like hurt his foot or something. He like broke his foot and then he was like hobbling around.
Yeah, and the guy like shot. I think it was Sukumtat.
Yeah.
Like shot and took him down. And
instead of standing, everyone's like, "Oh, stand him up."
Stand him up because then the ref probably would have stopped it because dude is literally hobbling on his foot. But I like when we talk about these other fights because it adds context to like the rest of the card. But Ryan Hall and Tuporia is one of the 4 fights that I have listed on here, man. Ryan Hall, apparently, people don't want to fight him.
Yeah, because I think they're scared of getting injured. Because all he does is he shoots and then puts you in knee bars and stuff and blows your knee out.
Yeah, he's a elite level BJJ black belt.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, he's like so well respected. And now his striking has gotten a lot better because he works with I think he works with Wonder Boy also. Oh. So, like, I know his last fight, he threw, like, a spinning wheel kick. Everyone was like, where the fuck did that come from?
When was his last fight?
It's been a while, because he was supposed to fight, I think, Dan Ige. And then that got moved.
Yeah, he had mad fights get, like, moved.
Yeah, because either he got COVID or he got sick, and then his opponent, too. So, it's been a while since we've seen him. But this dude, Topuria, I remember, shouts to our guy, Eric. Eric was like hyping him up, and I think he's from Spain. Yeah,
I think he's legit because he's another one. He's supposed to be like he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but his last fight he stood up a lot of the fight too. Yeah, and he showed a well-rounded game. Yeah, I just looked it up. Ryan Hall's last fight was Damage, Darren Elkins.
That guy. Yeah, that's who he threw this.
July 13, 2019.
Oh, damn. Wow, July 3rd. Oh, the card is
literally almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah. Fuck, man. That got to be devastating. Yo, what do you think they do in the time in between fights like that big layoff? Because they get paid when they fight. So
like it's like people that get paid hourly. It's like, what the hell do you just... Sponsors is the only way they get paid, and you just work out? It's got to be frustrating.
I know Ryan Hall does, like, seminars and shit for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'm sure he coaches at gyms too.
Right. Yeah, they're not broke, but still, it's just weird for that kind of layoff.
It's not a fight check.
Yeah, man, this card has a lot of fights that catch my eye. You mentioned Nico Price and Pereira. That one, fireworks. I agree with you on that. But I think the one fight that I really want to see is Wonder Boy and Gilbert Burns, and the reason why is because I think that division is in a weird spot right now.
It is. Because it's like, everyone that is at the top has already lost to Usman.
Yeah, and Masvidal's lost twice to him. So he's completely out the picture.
Yeah, no, he's just fighting. He's going to fight just like basically celebrity fights where it's going to be paycheck fights where he's a big crowd, like fan favorite.
A Diaz brother or like Covington. So I want to start with that fight with the actual like breakdown because I think that has a lot of ramifications for the rest of the division. I think the one mistake Covington has made is that he hasn't signed to do the rematch with Usman because I felt like if that last minute didn't happen in that Nate Leon fight, which I was like super hyped about. Remember, I was like, yo, I just want because Nate was getting his ass whooped, and we felt
agreed
that way.
Like that'll be the perfect way where like Nate stuns him bad, but doesn't finish the fight because it'll be bad for the division, basically.
Yeah, and I remember you saying like halfway through the fourth round, you're like, yo. Because I kept saying to you and to everyone we were watching with, like, yo, I hope Nate has a moment and I hope he could, like, steal it. But I just want him to have a moment. And you're like, yo, it's going to be trash if Nate wins after the across-the-board domination that Leon Edwards put on. And then he has that moment in the last minute. And, like, that was such a Nate Diaz moment. Like, he has him rocked and stunned, and he kind of just points at him at last. You think he would have been able to finish him if he cared? Because I feel like Nate just... It lives for those moments now. He don't really care about like.
Well, that night I was saying how like he just likes to fight and he's doing it just to put on a show. Like most guys are hungry to win and get a title fight. I think Nate's just out there to put on a show and just fight because that's what he likes to do and talk shit. Like I don't think he really even cared about the outcome of the fight because even after he's like, "Where I'm from, I knocked. That's a rap. You're sleepwalking or some shit." Like that's what he wanted.
Yeah, that is what he wanted. Because, like, when he hits him with the... And yo, my favorite part was I didn't really catch it until a couple replays later. He hit him with the Stockton slap first. Like, he slapped him. I love it how we call it the Stockton slap. It's just a basic
just regular slap.
But he slaps him first and then throws a left hook, left cross, and stuns him. And then, like, points at him. And doesn't even, like, rush in. Kind of just, like, slow plays it.
Yeah. He, like, he completely stands still, points at him. Meanwhile, Leon's fucking
because like yo, that was a 50-45 until that moment. Yeah, like the whole fight, it was going to be utter domination. There was no fight that you can give, no round that you could have gave Nate Diaz. And what's funny, I sent you the graphic of it. Everyone talks about Nate coming on late. Bars over there, Nate coming on late. No, guess not.
All right, there you go. You got it.
But yo, everyone always talks about like yo 4th and 5th round, but he's never won a fight that's gone into the 4th and 5th round. Yeah. But it's just he had that moment against Conor where he came alive in like the 4th and 5th, and it's like yo, he's this guy. When even Masvidal, we went to the BMF title. Yeah. And Masvidal was beating the shit out of him too.
Well, that people were saying like the tides looked like they could have changed a little bit because Masvidal was 100% slowing down. It was still an absolute ass whooping though. I even like rewatched it and like he was a mess, Nate. Yeah. But he's always a mess anyway in the ring.
Yeah, within like the first minute.
He's just, one like, punch and yeah.
Yeah, you can't really look at the blood when it comes to the Diaz brothers and say, especially Nate, and say that they're losing the fight. It's just regular shit with them. Yeah. But I want to circle back to 170 because Burns is fighting Wonderboy. Wonderboy's the only one in like the top 5 or 6 that hasn't fought Usman yet. Mm-hmm. And, he beat Luque, who is Gilbert Burns' training partner and best friend. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you saw that on Embedded?
Yeah, on the Embedded, that they're really, really tight. I watched 2
episodes last night.
So, and Wonderboy beat Luque again at the BMF title. And then last year, he beat Jeff Neal, which was a pretty big win because Jeff Neal had some momentum behind him. He was like one of those prospects coming up. And then he beats him there. And I feel like if he has a good performance and beats Burns, I think Wonderboy might get the title shot over Covington.
Maybe. It's also based off activity, too.
It's activity. It's a new fight we haven't seen. Covington now hasn't fought in a long-ass time, too.
Yeah, what was his last fight? Woodley, right?
It was Woodley in, like, either mid-September. So you're talking about, like, a 9-month layoff so far. Maybe even 10 months now. And they're not going to book it before then. So it's going to be about a year from the time that we see Covington again. And I think the money fight for Usman, you would say, is Covington, though?
100%. That's what fans want to see, too. Especially because Covington gave him, like, the most trouble. Burns, Burns dropped him and rocked him. But he, like, threw everything at him in the first round and then was fried in the second round and got finished. But like Covington, you could argue up until the point where he got his jaw broke and finished that he could have been winning that fight, like round by round scoring.
Yeah, yo, I felt that way too. I thought, because I rewatched that fight also. I've been doing that a lot the last couple months. I guess because of quarantine and shit still. I mean, are we even in quarantine? Is this still quarantine? Somewhat,
yeah.
But
Tokyo is.
Yeah, yo, there no spectators
fans,
at the Olympics.
And they're like shutting down restaurants and shit or something.
It's gonna be like a ghost town outside of the people competing. That's so ass. We'll say that for another time. But I have the stationary bike outside, and I'll put it in front of the TV, and I'll just like rewatch old fights, and like I'll hit up Dylan in Boston and be like, "Yo, I think Valentina beat Nunez in that second time." Watching it, like, man, with all the hype out, I think Conor lost to Nate, and Nate too. But talking about that Covington fight, I think Covington was up 3-1 going into that 5th round, the way I saw it.
Yeah, it could be scored almost either way, but I like the way like Covington was pressuring that whole fight and throwing more volume as opposed to power shots. And he was mixing it up with kicks and stuff. It was just a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think Covington is the money fight for Usman right now, the way things are.
But Wonder Boy also offers a completely different like fight style. Like that karate in and out is so hard, especially for a wrestler like Usman. Even though he's been knocking everyone out he's been fighting, his primary style is wrestling.
Right.
And that's why I don't know, this Burns fight is interesting too, because it's a jiu-jitsu guy versus a karate style fighter. I don't know how they're going to close those distances.
Yeah, it's weird because like he does those like switch stances, a lot of like those side kicks. Do you like those side kicks that they throw at the knee? Like,
no, I hate those because those are literally strictly for like
tearing your ACL.
Yeah, because it doesn't even really do damage. Like how like a kick, like a roundhouse kick to the leg is to dead the quad.
Right.
That's just literally right on the joint, and it's still like hyperextended and hurt it.
Yeah, dude. I remember we were watching at Tommy's crib, Whitaker and Till, and like he hit Till with like 2 of those, and I was just like, oh, and I love Whitaker. He's one of my favorite fighters, if not my favorite fighter. I'm just like, anytime I see those, I just grab my knee. Like as a viewer, I'm just like, oh, like when someone gets hit in the nuts, and you're like, oh, like you just feel that as a dude. You're just like, oh man, that got to blow.
Yeah.
When it happens to your knee, I'm just like, over there.
Yeah, those suck.
It's the worst. In jiu-jitsu now, we've started like doing a little bit more leg lock work and shit because I'm like close to getting a blue belt. So like blue belt is like when like all bets are off. Leg locks are like, because now in jiu-jitsu as a white belt, you can only do straight leg locks. So like you can't cross your legs when you did it because that's like ligament damage city right there, right? So it's only like straight. You can't do knee bars and shit at white belt. So we've just been like drilling some of it. And when we go live, when someone gets me in like an ankle lock or like a leg lock, I just tap immediately. They're like, yo, for real? I was like, yeah, if I get caught in a leg lock, like I'm tapping out. I'm not, 100%. Especially in training, like I'm just tapping. I'm the asshole for getting caught in that. Like I remember Serge used to be like, I'll be like, yo, how do you get out of a north-south choke? He'll be like, yo, you want to know? I was like, yeah. He's like, don't get caught in it. It's like mad difficult to get out of. He'll say shit like that. Like, yo, how do you get out of an armbar? Number 1, don't get caught in it. So, like with me with leg locks, if you catch me in a leg lock, congrats. I'm giving away my secrets.
Yeah, you win. You win.
Yeah, you got it. But with Burns, I think if Burns wins, do you think he gets a title shot?
Probably not. It might be another one of those where he has to win maybe a fight or two before earning another title shot.
I respect what Whitaker did way more than the guys that sit around and wait. Like, I get it with Masvidal doing it because he had the built-in reason or excuse, whichever word you want to use.
That's why he took that fight, though, because he knew he had that in his back pocket to say that.
Right, and Usman was talking about that in the lead-up to the second fight. He was saying how he had a built-in excuse. It was a win-win for him. If he won that fight, it's like, yo, the superstardom was going to skyrocket. Yeah. He beat him on 6 days, eating pizza in fucking Italy and shit because we're in Abu Dhabi. And if he lost, it was like, yo, he took the fight on 6 days. So he has that. And now I think with Whitaker, what he did was like he beat Till, he beat your boy Cannonier, he beat Gastelum. It's like, yeah, he lost to Adesanya, but he was the guy that deserved the title shot the most out of the guys that sit around and wait.
Yeah, and he's beaten everyone in the top, like in the higher ranked guys. He's beaten all those guys. So he's given the UFC no option either, because it's like you can't give them a shot because they lost to Whitaker. So it's like you got to give Whitaker the next chance again. Yeah, even though he lost to Adesanya already.
Yeah, you can't ignore that from there. You just have to give it to him. What do you think with Wonder Boy and Burns? How do you think this plays out? Who are you picking?
I
like Wonder Boy in this, man. I think
that's going to be the more popular play. I think more people are going to take Wonder Boy.
Interesting. I think he's the favorite. I'm pretty sure he's the favorite. I haven't looked at.
Doesn't he have an absurd stat where he hasn't been taken like a absurd takedown defense stat or something where it's he rarely, almost never gets taken down?
Yeah, I mean, most famously was the draw against Woodley. Mm-hmm. Right, the first time they fought for the title, and then the second time when they fought, he lost to Woodley, but that was still prime Woodley. That was when
he was the best, best on the planet.
Yeah, but I think Wonder Boy is such a weird matchup for people.
Yeah, it just brings such a different style,
and not just that, it's so unique. There's not a lot of guys like him. We're all right, wrestler against BJJ, striker. It's you could bring guys in to simulate that in camps.
Yeah.
But with Wonder Boy, it feels weird.
Yeah, because he's the fucking mad high-level karate guy. Mm-hmm. And, you can't really... That's when people are we'll bring someone in to, mimic John Jones. And it's you can't really do that because you're not going to find a guy like that.
Yeah.
His height, his length.
And even his skill set.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, so you're going Wonder Boy also?
I don't know. I want to go Burns just because I like Burns. I don't know why I like Burns.
It's a crazy thunderstorm outside.
Is that wind?
I don't know if that was wind or people just broke into the crib. We'll find out after we finish recording.
Or a ghost that just came. But yeah, I kind of want to go Burns. Fuck it. I'll go Burns by decision.
This is 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Because the Nate Leon shit was the first time that a non-title fight main event went 5 rounds, which also adds to the legend of Nate Diaz. But I think I'm going to go with Wonder Boy also.